Hello guys, how are you doing? Good morning all of you. Good morning everyone. See, you are here for achieving success, so you have to be very active today, okay? And we are going to have a very lively session. You'll enjoy a lot and learn a lot, of course. That's why we are here. So I hope everyone wants success in life. Am I right? Type yes if you want success. Come on, fast. This is the time of, fast food and everything is happening fast. So you have to be very fast with your fingers as well. Okay. And we'll play a lot of games today. So it will be a fun-filled session for the next 2 hours. People are still joining in as usual. So we'll wait for another 2-3 minutes. And you guys can mute yourselves. Unless you have any question, then of course you can unmute yourself and speak. So you guys can introduce yourselves in the chat window till then for the next 2 minutes. What are you doing right now? Okay, and what do you want to achieve in life, basically? Tell everyone. As the saying goes, charity begins at home. I say that success begins with self. Okay. So first of all, you have to know yourself in order to achieve success in life. If you don't know yourself, you can never achieve success. So what do you want in life? Just speak out. Yes, Anjum, you are in CA Inter right now. That's good. But what do you want to achieve in life? Right. What you want to achieve in life? I want to take control of my time. That's a very great thought, I would say, Pravesh. But that takes a lot of efforts in order to control time. I'll tell you how it can be done. Okay, you want to become a CA. That's good. That's good. But becoming CA is a part of your end game, right, Anjum? That's not the only thing you want to achieve. Success is a milestone that you want to achieve in order to achieve something big. So what's that something big? Come on, type. Everyone, type what you want in life. And let's see in the next 2 hours how much you move forward in that direction. Okay. Come on, don't be afraid of telling people what you want in life. Let everyone see. A lot of us have, stage fear. We cannot go out and speak, but at least you can write. There should be no fear in writing. Yeah. Come on, just do it for next 2 minutes and then we'll start. Whatever you want in life. Your midterm goals, your long-term goals, your short-term goals. Okay. That's great. So let's see. Let's start a session. Now today's session is, and I'm going to take 3 sessions, and this is the first part of that series of 3 sessions that we're going to take, and it is all a part of the masterclass that I have launched recently. And that whole masterclass is about success, how to achieve success. Okay, what you are doing is up to you. I am just going to tell you what you have to do in order to get to your goals. Okay, in order to achieve your destinations, in order to achieve lot more than what you have thought right now, because we are going to make destinations as milestones. And that's true in life. Whenever you reach one destination, it is just a milestone. The day you become a CA will be the most difficult day of your life. Today you are feeling that yes, I want to become a CA, or I want to become an engineer, or whatever. But the day you will become that, you'll feel that the life moves ahead, and that just becomes a milestone. You have achieved it. Now what? You cannot stop there. Okay, so you have to move, and you have to move forward, and you have to keep your track open, keep your path open for distant destinations, okay, which are much ahead. So before you reach that milestone, you have to be prepared for the next milestone, you can say, for the next goal. Okay, you have to prepare yourself. You cannot reach one goal and then start preparing for the next one. You have to be in line even before you reach that first milestone, right? So let's see. So the first question that we'll start today's session is, what success means to you? You have to define success. You know, today's session, so as I said, I'm going to take 3 sessions in this series, and they're all open for everyone. So in these 3 sessions, I am going to talk about mindset in the first session, the mindset. Okay. In the second session, we'll talk about a lot of success strategies, how to understand the market out there, and how to, take out opportunities which others can't see. How to develop that vision where you can see things which others can't. And if you can do that, you'll find a lot of things in life which others don't even know, others don't even recognize. And that's how people become successful. Nobody in this world has produced something which is out of the blue, you can say, which is out of the universe. We only change something into something else. Okay, so we only take the benefit of things that already exist. We have to just manipulate 2 things here and there, a few things, and achieve success. What Ambani does, he does the thing which other companies are also doing. What is Adani doing? He's doing the same things, but they're doing it differently. They are doing it in a much better way, and therefore they are successful in life. Okay, so what we have to do is to learn the trick, is to learn the way. So therefore I say that success is not the destination. Success is the path, the way you do something. It's the process. So once you get that understanding that success is the process, how we are going to do some things on a daily basis over a period of time with total dedication and determination and grit and resilience, fighting it out every day. Even though we fall 1,000 times, we'll rise up one more time. Okay, having faith, having confidence, we are going to do things, and that's going to bring us success. So success is not the destination. In order to reach the destination, you have to, travel the path. So person who gets successful is the person who can travel this path. The difficulty is in the path. Difficulty is never in the destination. Okay, so that's what we are going to improve. And for that, you need 3 things in life. One is the mindset, because this is the most important thing that you have, and which will take you much further in life. Okay, people who don't use their mind can never reach anywhere. So mind is your pilot. Without the pilot, you cannot fly. Okay, it's the engine, it's the pilot, it's the most important asset that you ever had in life or will ever have in life. Okay, people have inherited billions of dollars and rupees, but it all vanished in a few years if they don't have a sound head, if you don't have a sound mind. So even inherited money is lost by people. So leave away the question of earning a lot of money. So mind is the most important thing. Okay, so that's what we are focusing on in the first part of this trilogy. The second, we'll focus on the success strategies and plans that we'll make in order to define that path, see the market out there, identify opportunities and grab them. Okay, and in the third part we are going to talk about personal branding. Personal branding is very important because, in order to get success, you have to interact with people. Without people, you will never be able to achieve success, because you earn money not by yourself, you earn money from people. If you are into startup, you're going to do business. I hope I'm live. Are you able to hear me, guys? Because the electricity is gone here. Type yes if you're able to hear me. Okay, so we are live. So at least the UPS is working. That's great. Okay, so let's continue. No problem with the lights. So right, so what I was talking about, that strategies are very important. And the third thing is personal branding. So personal branding is how you portray yourself out to the world. Okay, because success cannot be achieved without interacting with people. So if you're an employee, you have to interact with your boss, you have to interact with the seniors, up till the managing director, the CEO of the company, okay, as well as your colleagues and your juniors. So interaction is very important. Unless you are able to interact, unless they feel that you have a weight, not the physical weight, but the mental weight, you can understand my point. Okay, so unless they respect you, and what they respect you for, are they respecting you for your looks? Then it's fine if you are a movie star, but not as a manager. But if they respect you for the knowledge that you carry and the empathy that you show to them, then they will work for you. And if they work for you, going beyond their ordinary hours and ordinary time, then who is successful? You as a manager will be successful, right? So whether you are an employee, whether you are in business, whether you are in startup, whatever you do in life, whichever career path you're going to choose, you have to interact with people. You have to sell things to people. You have to buy things from people. You have to convince a lot of people out there. So unless you have a brand, your brand is very important. Just speaking is not important. Your brand is very important, because brand makes you audible. People will like to hear you if you have a brand. If you don't have a brand, then you're just an ordinary person. Nobody will give a ear to you, Oh, who is he to speak? That's how the question arises. But if the same thing is spoken by a person of reputation, then people hear him and respect him for that. Yeah. So therefore, how to build a personal brand, how to sell yourself out there in the industry. So that we are going to talk about in the third session. So all the three sessions are equally important. Just by attending one is not enough. You have to keep, yourself free on 3 Saturdays, today, the next one, and then the next one, right? So let's start today's session. So what success means to you? Now, when I ask this question to many people, they have a certain viewpoint. Like somebody would say that I want to earn big money. Somebody would say I want wealth. Somebody says I want to pass my examination. Somebody says I want to do this or do that. So you think in a very limited sense, and that's not good, because life is a whole. It's a complete thing. It's an ecosystem. Okay, and in that ecosystem, a lot of things are involved. Basically, I have covered it into 4 aspects. There are 4 aspects of your life, and these 4 aspects would be your work life, which includes your job, your business or profession, whatever career you choose. and which includes your education if you are still into your college. Second is your personal life, which is equally important, because if I just focus on my work life or my what you can say education, that's not good. I have to focus on my personal life as well. I've got a lot of things in my personal life, a lot of goals for my personal life, like fitness, learning. This learning means continuous learning, your spiritual, your hobbies, your vocation, vacations. Want to go out, I have my vacation plan for next year. Okay, I am yet to book it, but yes, it's in my hit list, and that is Antarctica. I want to go there, and solo. I want to go there alone. 15 days trip to Antarctica and just experience it. And I wish I would be able to go there. Okay, with the support of all of you guys, yes, I will do it, and prayers. So a lot of personal goals are there. Then your family life is there. So whether you are married or unmarried, that doesn't matter. We all have families, okay, near and dear ones. So we have to think about them as well. The elders in the family, the young children in the family, and so on and so forth, your siblings. So a lot of things come into picture, like insurance, investments, home, education of your children, marriage, retirement planning, and so on and so forth. Tough, guys, And the last is your social life, how you interact with your society, people living around you, your friends, your welfare, community, charity, and so on and so forth. Okay, so if we cover our life into these four aspects, the four fields, then what it means is that in order to achieve success, I have to focus on all the elements. I cannot just focus on one. So we have to have an holistic success so that it brings happiness to us. Otherwise, if I sacrifice three things just for one thing, for my work life, if I sacrifice my family, if I sacrifice my personal and social life, then what happens? Even if I become a billionaire or a trillionaire, I'll be not happy in life. I'll be the most unhappiest person out there, right? And you have seen, you see such people out there in the industry. So you don't want to become like that, do you? Do you want to become a billionaire without friends? Type yes if you want. Type no if you don't. Do you want to become successful? A billionaire, a trillionaire without any social, without any family life? Amit, are you saying yes, you don't want your family life? You just want money? Okay. Of course, no is the right answer and should be the right answer. Amit says, no, by mistake, he might have typed yes. No problem. That's good. That's good. So, yes, so we want to achieve all of these, and we want to achieve success in all aspects of life, right? And that's what we are planning. That's what we are going to do today and in our entire life. Okay. So let's move ahead. So the next point that we are going to do is an exercise. So take your paper and pencils, whatever you can grab around you, or a laptop, or whatever you have, a pen, pencil, and a paper, okay, or a diary, something. Get something. Okay, so are you ready? Excellent. Now what we are going to do is make a success matrix for us. This is also what we'll call as goals. So I'll focus on goal setting a few slides after this, but this is the basic structure. So first we'll write down the area, and you will do this later on. So I am going to give you a lot of exercises today, which you will complete later on after this session in detail. Okay. So what you'll do is in area, we'll write all these four aspects of our life: the work life, the personal life, the social life, and the family life. Okay. And what all things so these are the broad terms, and within each broad term, you'll write the smaller terms. Like in work, what do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve in work life? Okay, so I'm targeting to become a manager next year. or to achieve this or to achieve that. So you have goals, right? So write down those goals, smaller goals in each of these 4 areas. Then when you go to your personal life, fitness, so what about fitness? What are your targets, goals for fitness? Okay, and so on and so forth. So we'll make this matrix, right? So areas, then you write the goal. Goal should be very specific, specific and measurable. So when we talk about goals, the goal should be smart. They should be specific, to the point. Like, I want to achieve this. Don't say, I want to be a billionaire. A billionaire means what? 1 billion, 2 billion, 10 billion? How many billions? And what do you mean by billionaire? Wealth, income, what? So your mind will not work. So as today's session is on mindset, I'll tell you some very, intricate secrets of mind, how to control your mind and how your mind works. That's the topic for today's session. And therefore, I'll tell you a lot of details about mind and how you can, change your mindset completely in your favor. And if you do that, you can achieve like anything in life, because mind is the only thing by which you can achieve anything in life. And if you can control your mind, just think what can happen. And I'm going to give you real tips, real life tips, okay? And not just tips, but exercises. So the first thing, focus is SMART goals. SMART means they should be specific, right? Very specific point. When I talk about fitness, people say, okay, I want to lose weight. But how much weight? Be very specific. I want to lose 10 kgs in next 6 months. Okay. So deadline is also important. So goals have to be specific, measurable, and timeliness is also important. So deadline means the timeliness. When do you want to achieve it? Write the time as well. It can be short term, long term, medium term. Okay. Short means within next 6 months. Medium I would say within 6 to another 1 year or 2 years maybe. And anything beyond 2 years can be classified as long-term goals. So keep the deadline. Then define success. This is a very crucial point. Define success. What success means for you? What success means? Like, this is one point that I have written here. My goal is 50,000 connections. Say on LinkedIn. I want to get 50,000 connections on Facebook, LinkedIn, anywhere, any social media, Instagram. Okay. But what is success? So success is, I want to be connected with decision makers of 100 corporates. Okay. Now see, if I just say 50,000 connections and then I go about it, even if I get 50,000 connections at the end of 6 months, but I realize that none of these 50,000 people are of any worth to me. They're of no worth. They are local guys, they cannot help me in anything. They are like me or below me. I mean, college grads and all. And they are not my customer base. They are not my client base. So is that any worthy goal? Is that a worthy goal? Type yes if you think. No, yeah, yes. So the real thing what you want is the value in your goal. It should be valuable. Some value has to be attached. So success means that value. Identify that value in your goal. Are you getting me? Type yes if you're getting me. Value in your goal. Type yes. Come on. Come on, be interactive today. You cannot sleep. Be very active. We are talking about mindset. Use your mind and your hands. Excellent. Yes. So what is value? Understand. So today, after this session, when you will sit and make this whole chart for yourself, okay, and you'll do that if you really want success in life. So you'll do that. And when you do that, find value in your goals. Why do I want to do this? What is the purpose? Okay. So these 2 points, success, what success means and why I want that success. Why I want it. Why I want to lose 10 kgs or why I want to gain 10 kgs or whatever is your goal. Why? What purpose will it solve? What benefit you will get out of it? Okay, either you're going to get happiness out of it, you're going to get a lot of money so that you can contribute to society, or you want to do this in life or that in life. So define the why you want to do it. So what is success? Means measurable. How will you measure success? So here I have mentioned that if I get 100 corporate decision makers, that will be, I will call it a success. So then at the end of 6 months, if I get only 10 connections, forget 50,000, I get only 10 connections on my LinkedIn, but these 10 people are Mark Zuckerberg, and Bill Gates, and so on and so forth, all top Adani and Ambani and all. Will I call myself successful? Have I achieved my goal? Yes, I have. So forget that 49,990 people that I don't have in my connections. I don't value them. These 10 people can make my life. And they are my good connections. They talk to me on a daily basis and they accept my proposals. So I'll have good business deals with them and I'll be super successful. Right? So that is the definition of success. So somebody would say that, okay, I want to become CA. So that's your goal. You want to become CA. But how will you measure success? What if you don't become CA? What if you don't become CA? But I would say success of becoming CA is not the degree, but the value, the knowledge that you get out of it. Okay. Now, if I get the knowledge part out of it, which I can get by studying the subjects, then even if I don't become CA, but as I get that knowledge, I can use it to move ahead in life. Yeah. And I asked this question to a lot of people because I've been teaching CA, or had been rather, I've now taken a retirement from there. So I taught more than 1 lakh or maybe 2-3 lakh face to face, and then another 10-15 lakhs on virtual mode. Students whom I don't know because they have studied through my videos. So when I used to interact with them and I would ask them that, why are you doing CA? Somebody would say, okay, I want to do business and this knowledge is beneficial in my business and therefore I want to do CA. Now just think, why he wants to do CA? To get knowledge so that he can use that knowledge in his family business. So is the degree important for him? No. The most important thing for him is knowledge. So he shouldn't waste time too much on getting the degree. Get the knowledge out of it. If you pass within a given time, yes, very good. If you don't, still you can apply that knowledge. So you will call yourself successful, not unsuccessful, not a failure. Okay. So this is called as a value statement. It's very important. Keep in mind. Okay. So always have that value statement for you. Why you are doing it and how will you define that success. Once you do that and once you achieve it, your mind will recognize that yes, we are successful. Okay. And now I'm telling you why. Why is important. Why the purpose is important. Because your mind works for purpose. Now in the detailed masterclass that we have, we'll be discussing a lot of things in depth, including the laws of attraction. You must have, this is a very famous topic these days. Since that movie The Secret came, laws of attraction, how you can attract success, how you can attract a lot of money and people. So there are specific rules, and these rules are based on the science of energy and the science of physics. Okay, which is very much in detail, which we are not going to take today, but we'll take in the full masterclass. And just one topic from there, I'm going to tell you that this question why, which defines the purpose behind the goal, makes your subconscious mind react in a particular way. It will work on a specific frequency in order to attract that thing in life. Okay, so laws of physics work, and we are all energy. Okay, we are molecules and atoms, and we resonate on a particular frequency. So we are all just energies, negative, positive, and on different levels of frequency. So the level at which your frequency works attracts that kind of things into your life. That's the simple law of attraction. So how you resonate at a particular frequency is up to you. That's your choice. And to make that choice, you have to have specific goals. So when I having specific goals is telling my subconscious mind to resonate at that frequency. Say I want family right now. I want to attract somebody in my life. So I will send that information to my subconscious mind, which will start resonating at that frequency. And when it does so, it automatically, frequency, it's like a magnet. So if you become a magnet for that kind of frequency, like the magnet that we use in our real life, attracts iron. Yeah, it attracts iron. It doesn't attract plastic. Does it attract plastic? If I use that magnet, will it attract plastic? No, it will attract only iron, right? So because this magnet resonates at the frequency that attracts only iron, that's the law of physics. So your mind should resonate at the frequency which you want to attract in life. That's the end game. That's the science of law of attraction. How to get to that level is what we are going to learn in all these lectures. Okay, and you have to work on it on a very dedicated level. And if you can do that, and if you can then control your mind's frequencies, that's what this whole mindset is about. When I talk about changing mindset, it's nothing but changing the frequencies and controlling them. So when you can control the frequencies at which you are resonating, you can attract a lot of things in life. Anything you want, basically. So let's go ahead. Now you understood the purpose, why. So why is a trigger to the mind, the subconscious mind, to resonate at a particular frequency. So therefore purpose is important. Just the goal, the target, 50,000 connections is not trigger for the mind to work. The trigger is the purpose. Got it? Type yes if you got it. Trigger is the purpose. Trigger is the purpose. Purpose is the trigger. Keep this in mind. What is the trigger? Purpose. Apps. Very good. So let's move ahead. So let's go on to success formula. So success formula, as I told you, is about mindset, is about skills, strategies, and habits. If you can master these 4 things, then you can do wonderful things in life. Okay, you'll achieve a lot of success. So today we are going to talk about mindset. So what all things are involved in growth mindset, and which we are going to take in detail in our full career masterclass, success masterclass. So we'll be talking about behavior and learning. How do we learn things? So we'll first go inside the depths of our mind and understand how the mind works. First we have to do that. Then we have to understand what are the bad things which are there in the mind, the garbage that you have filled over the years, or you have inherited. So I'll tell you that the memory that you carry today, the knowledge, the memory that you have today, is not what you have learned in your the lifespan right now. 90% of your memory is inherited by you today. Inherited from your, not just parents, from the whole lineage which will travel back millions of years. So your DNA, your genetics has that memory inbuilt into it. And most of our actions, most of our behaviors are out of that memory. And we don't know about it. So we have no control over it. So therefore we don't have any control over our actions. So many a times you must have felt that I do things, but I don't know why I do it. Okay? Have you got that question anytime in your mind? I do a lot of things which later on I regret. Means you regret. And then you don't understand then why do I do it? Have you got this feeling anytime? So I'm talking about the negative things, and similar way you do a lot of positive things as well. And then you later on realize, oh, I did it. But I don't know how I did it. Like when the exams come, we, study, we slog like anything, and we clear the exams. We have that some kind of that inner confidence, it automatically comes up and helps us, pushes us to do things. And we don't understand that where it is coming from. Do you feel like that? Do you feel it often? That there are things, I don't know how things happen, but I do it, I achieve things, or I fail to do it. I get panicked. I get, panic attacks, and all the things that I've done, all the efforts that I've taken, they fail at the end just because of that panic attack, and I don't have any control over it. I become anxious, I become this, I become that, fearful. So these things happen to us, and we don't have any control over it. Why they're happening? Because they are, passed on to you through your genetics, through your genes, and you have inherited all those things. Now the question is, can you change the things that you don't want? Can you change the negative things? The answer is yes. That's the beauty of it. The answer is yes. And this is one thing I always feel, and I always used to feel it since last 25 years that I'm teaching, that why were we not taught how to use our mind in schools? Teachers, parents, everyone used to tell us, use your mind, use your mind. But nobody taught us how to use it. Did your teachers tell you how to use your mind? Tell me. Tell me, come on. Nikita says no. So that's so funny, na? That's so funny. We have a mind, and we have been having it since billions of years, right from the day the first person was born on this earth. We had a mind, but nobody since that time till today, and there is science about it. It's not that I'm speaking out of nowhere. Whatever I'm speaking today is all proven things in psychology, in mental science, in nervous system science and all. It's all there, but people don't teach it. People don't teach it, and therefore we don't learn it. And therefore the whole life we just, keep doing mistakes, following the wrong path, doing wrong things, because we don't understand where it is coming from. But you don't have to do it again. Today, I'm going to tell you how your mind works, and from tomorrow you will start thinking in a new way, okay? And slowly and steadily, you will definitely improve. So, behavior and learning, how it happens, conscious and subconscious mind we are going to study. The 5 senses that we have, the 5 senses are the only things that give us all the information, okay? So how that information goes in our mind, where it goes, what is the conscious part of the mind, what is subconscious, and how that information is processed, okay? And on the basis of that processing, how the action take place. So we are going to study all these things. Then feelings and emotions, where they come from and how to control them. Fears, what are fears, what are good fears, what are bad fears, and how to control them, how to remove the bad fears which are crippling you and your success. Then stress and worry, that comes a part of it. Comfort zones, how comfort zones are hampering your success in life. Comfort zone means where we become very comfortable, and when the mind becomes comfortable, what happens is it goes to sleep. And it happens with the body as well. When I'm comfortable in my chair or on my sofa, what happens is I automatically relax and I go to sleep, right? So that's what happens with the mind as well. When the mind enters a comfort zone, it goes to sleep, and that's bad for us. Then positive thinking, negative thinking, and how to improve it, bring from negative to positive. The laws of attraction, creativity, habits, all these things which we are going to discuss in detail in the whole masterclass. Here we'll touch them, touch the important points today. Now, if you want to become successful, what's important is you have to have a great desire, a very deep desire to excel in the first place. Who has that? Type yes if you have. Do you have the desire to excel? To excel, not just to get something more, okay? I don't want to get from 1 to 2. I want to get from 1 to 10. Do you have that desire? A deep rooted desire. Type yes. Oh, you are just, the lazy fellow. Okay, I'll just see what I can do. And if I get something, it will be good. If you are of that nature, please, you can leave right now. Don't waste your time. Okay. So do you have a deep desire? Type yes. Come on. Don't sleep, guys. Don't become comfortable. I'm not talking comfortable things. I'm not going to talk good things. I am going to trouble you today. Okay. I'm going to wake you up. Yes. Great. Dedication to improve. See, improvement is not simple. It requires huge amount of dedication. It is a very painful thing. Okay. Achieving excellence is a very painful thing. So you have to have that resilience and grit, to go through the trouble and take all the troubles in, but still it should not show on your face. When you see Virat Kohli or these days Rohit and all playing, they play so effortlessly, okay, but you don't know how much they practice behind all those matches, okay. So dedication is very important. Discipline to stay consistent. Consistency is the key. So all the exercises that I'm going to give you today are not just for today, keep in mind. They are they have to be done consistently every single day. Okay. Trust. You have to trust the process, as they say. So first you have to trust yourself. Then you have to trust your abilities. You have to trust the people out there who are going to mentor you, who are going to give you advice and do things. Then take ownership of your life and actions. Never complain. So a lot of habits we have to build, as I was telling you, and habits are things which you do consistently, okay, automatically, are called as habits. So you have to change your habits. How many of you keep complaining? Be truthful. If you do complain, write yes in the chat box. Do you complain a lot about life? Oh, he has not done this, and he didn't do this, and she didn't do that. You guys complain? You do complain? Oh, this electricity, the MSCB and all, the electricity board, they are so foolish, and the government is like this, and so on and so forth. So we blame a lot of people and sometime, of course, not always, sometime also. So we keep complaining. We keep passing on the blame to others. Now, you know what happens when we pass on the blame? We are telling our mind that this is not your mistake, this is somebody else's mistake. When you say that this is somebody else's mistake, when actually it was our own mistake, we will never improve. Students fail and then they say that this is institute's mistake. They cut my marks. I wrote everything, everything, and everything was right. I don't know why they didn't give me the marks. So you are blaming others. So when you do that, you are, entering into an illusory state. You are telling your own mind that, look, you are good, you are excellent. It was not your mistake, it was mistake of somebody else's. And therefore the mind never improves. Next time what happens? It makes the same mistakes. And next time, again the same. And you get the same results every time. Accepting, taking ownership is very important. So when I say take ownership, you take responsibility, you take commitment for everything that's happening in your life. I am responsible. If I'm not earning good, it's my responsibility. If I'm doing good, it's my responsibility. So take responsibility in life. Take ownership. Okay? And be ready to change at all times. No matter how much successful you are, you should be ready to change, because the world is changing. If you don't change, you will be out of touch. Big companies, big corporates ruling the market at one point of time went into bankruptcy. And I don't have to take the names here. You know them. BlackBerry, Nokia. They were at the top of the game. Arthur Andersen, the law firm, the CA firm. And they went bankrupt just because they didn't change themselves along with the times. So business changes, times change, people's needs change. And if you stick to your guns, you are going to go out of business very soon. Okay. So be ready to change. Change is the most constant thing in life. Okay. So why it is important to you? Why success is important to you? So I'll just rush through these slides. These are just to be noted. Okay. Number one, it helps you define the purpose of your life. Success is very important because it defines your purpose. If you don't achieve success, if you just lay down yourself and you start living with failures, I don't use that word failure as failure. It's like not succeeding in one attempt or not succeeding in one go, you can say. But if you start accepting it, then you just lay down yourself and you start living a very pathetic life. In that scenario, you will never achieve your real purpose in life. Now I'm talking about the bigger purpose. Everyone has born with a certain purpose in life, and you'll never be able to achieve that. You leave this world as a failure. Now I'll say yes, as a failure, just because you started living with your miseries. So I don't say that people don't. I myself failed 5 times when I was in CA intermediate. But I stood up. I came back, hitting hard, and cleared my CA, became a successful teacher for 25 years, and now moving into different things in life. Okay. So you learn from your failures, you get up. That's the most important thing. Then only you will achieve the purpose of your life. Next is to earn a lot of money. Of course, money is required for a lot of things. Money is not bad. The way you use money can be bad, but money by itself, earning money, is not bad if you earn through right sources. So don't sell narcotics, of course. And you need that money for a lot of things, for your living expenses, your saving for the future, contingency planning, and community. I'm going to take another class on this, another master class later on personal finance. So after I finish this career masterclass, then I'll take that another masterclass on how to manage your money, how to earn money, and how to manage it. That's a very crucial and very important lesson for people out there, and people don't know. Third is for reputation and status. Yeah, you want to be like Abdul Kalam, most respected president of India, then you need success. Yeah. Name, and rather than name, your identity. Identity is very important, so that wherever you go, people recognize you by your name, by your face, by your identity. And to live your passion in life. You want to have fun. You want to live your life to the fullest. So when I say live your life to the fullest, means that your resonance, your frequency at which you are resonating, is at the top notch every single moment of the day. That's what I call as passion. What is passion? People talk about passion in various senses. I talk about passion where your mind is resonating, where you are emitting that frequency of the highest order. And when you do that, you get into that zone, where you live each moment to its fullest. Living each moment to its fullest. That's the key of being successful in life. That's the key of happiness, of bliss, of that high energy. Do you want to achieve that? Yes, everyone wants to achieve that. Or not? Come on, right? Don't be low with energy. Always keep that high energy. Right? Yes. Very good. So if you want that high energy, to live in that zone where you are just bubbling with energy, and when you meet people, when you meet your friends, when you meet even the boss and all, you just emit that energy. You influence them, you inspire them with your energy. That's what you want to achieve in life, right? And that's how it is possible. So therefore, we want success. Success will help us achieve that, and that will help us achieve more success in life. Great. So To achieve all of these things, you have to master your mind. That's the clue. So I was talking about, you need that energy, you need the positive thoughts, you need the flow. Now, as I told you in the beginning, if you don't take anything from today's session, okay, anything, if you forget everything, that's fine. Just remember one thing that I told you a little time before, and that was that you are nothing but energy. Just remember this one concept of physics. You are nothing but energy. And when I talk about energy, there are certain laws of physics, and one is the flow. This bulb is burning, but if I take out the neutral connection, if I just send the energy to the bulb, the filaments will not glow. It needs that other end as well, where the energy can flow out of it. Only when the flow happens, you get enlightened. Just think about it. Only when the flow happens, you get enlightened. Are you getting this point? So what did you understand by it? Come on, I want to hear. Write down in your comment box. This is very important point. I'll not go ahead unless you answer my question. Okay, what do you understand by this? Unless the electricity flows, the bulb will not glow. Means, it's a metaphor. It means unless the energy flows through me, I will not be enlightened. This is the secret, the master secret. So that energy, I said that you build that energy. Now, if you build that energy, but if that doesn't flow, then nothing will happen. You will get more frustrated with your energy. And that's what happens sometimes. So much of negative energy builds up under us that we go into anxious states and, depressive states of mind. We are not able to flow. We are not able to, eject that energy. And that creates a lot of bodily problems, physical problems, as well as a lot of mental problems. So flow is very important. You have to let the energy flow, the positive as well as negative. So the positive energy that flows out of you influences and inspires people. They will look at you and they will get attracted to you automatically. You get attracted to good smiling faces. I'm not talking about the color, gora kala, no, not that. Smiling faces. When you see a person smiling and bubbling with energy, you are automatically attracted towards that person, right? Yes, so because that energy is flowing from that person, it comes to you. So when that energy, which we also call as aura, when it comes to you and it affects you, you automatically get attracted to that person. Now you have to become that person. So let your energy flow. And for that, you need to do a lot of, exercises like meditation and yoga and Tai Chi and any other kind of energy, exercise. So that's very important. Flow is very important. And rhythm. Another point is the rhythm. Rhythm means, again, it is about the frequency. Like when you listen to songs, if they are in rhythm, you just love them. And if they're out of rhythm, like if I start singing, I'll be so out of rhythm that you will, shut this video right now. So focus on all these things, okay? Now let's get down to a few interesting points. So I was talking about goals, right? So now we'll take some specific points out of the masterclass that we are going to take in full and give the benefit to you guys also. So first we'll talk about goals. So goals have to be specific, they have to be smart. So that matrix that we are going to make is about this smart goals, okay? They have to be specific. Specific means exactly defining what you want in life. Exactly, to the point, measurable. So when I say I want to come in merit, if I'm a student, if I say I want to come in merit, that's not good. I have to write down the marks. Subject 1, 89, subject 2, 96, subject 3, 94, subject 5, so on and so forth. Exact number of marks that you want to get, write them down. Measurable, okay? Achievable, they should be achievable as well. So by achievable, this is a very interesting topic, achievable. Now when I say that it is achievable, doesn't mean that you will make your goals very simple, okay? And like, okay, I want to lose weight, so today I'll walk for 100 steps. Now what is 100 steps? 100 steps means another 3 minutes. Okay, so that's my goal. It is achievable. I'll do 100 steps. That's not done. You have to have challenging goals. Challenging, but achievable. It's like the rubber band. So I can stretch. It's not just, this is a rubber band, so I'll keep it like this, or I'll stretch just 5%. No, that's not a goal. You stretch it to its maximum limit. That's achievable. Maximum stretchable challenges. That's achievable. Now, if I do beyond that, say today, I can walk for say 10,000 steps. And considering the time that I have in a day, if I say that, okay, tomorrow I'll do 11,000 steps, that's achievable. But if I fix say 20,000 steps, so it is going to take double the time. Do I have that time? No, I don't have that much time in a day. So then it will become impossible. So when it becomes impossible, what happens is that tomorrow I'll stop walking altogether. It's not possible, so leave it. So I may leave that practice altogether, and that's what happens with us. So when we fix impossible goals, then we actually stop doing what was possible. That's the fact. So don't do that. So keep stretching little bit, little by little, in terms of your physical power, in terms of the mental capacity, in terms of time that you have. Considering all these aspects, fix a goal which is possible, which is stretchable. You can stretch yourself and take yourself there. Once you are there, then stretch it a little bit higher next day, and then a little bit and little bit every day. So that's how you will keep achieving the goals, and your mind will feel relaxed and it will feel good about achieving those goals. Realistic, be very realistic about your purpose, and timely. Therefore, we define the deadlines. Okay. So these are the SMART goals. Follow the rule. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timely. Great. Then let's go on to the next topic. Next topic is again very, very crucial and important. How the learning happens. So we want to change our mindset, right? We want to change our mindset from a negative mindset, or I would say a neutral mindset, to a highly positive mindset. That's what our goal is. Okay. So right now we may be in a negative mindset, we may be in a neutral mindset, but we have to take both of them to a positive mindset. So there is a change. Okay. So when there is a change, you have to understand how your mind learns in the first place, because we are going to teach our mind. So in order to teach, it should know how it learns. Okay. So let's see. So what is learning? Learning is about either new skills and knowledge. You get new skills, you learn new things. Okay. Preferences. It can be learning about new preferences. Like I used to eat with hands, with my fingers, and now I'm learning to use knife and fork and spoon. So that's preference. Now I prefer to do something in this way. The preferences. Or your attitudes and evaluations, your value system and your attitudes are changing them. Or the social rules. Now we are not going to focus on the social rules right now. Okay. Now coming to very important point. Behavior. Behavior means like currently you are seeing me speaking. So I'm speaking in a particular fashion, in a particular manner, right? This is my behavior. How we interact with people is a behavior. Sometimes we are angry, sometimes we are anxious, sometimes we are feeling good, motivated, inspired, rocking. Okay, so our behavior ranges from say -20 to +50 at any point of time, and we change our mindset also. So I'm very happy, and then I get a phone call of a friend who speaks something to me, and then suddenly it happens with you. So you are very happy at one moment, and then you straight away drop down to -20, very anxious and frustrated and angry. So that's very crucial to learn. It is up to us. Now, here I'm going to give you a very, very important point. The second learning of today. Okay, the first learning was energy. And the second key learning for today, apart from all the technical things that I'm teaching you, very crucial learning, which nobody will tell you, is state of mind. Register this in your head. State of mind. Now, what do you mean by state of mind? State of mind means, like I just told you an example. I was happy, and suddenly I got a phone call. See the change in my expressions. So this is because of change in the state of mind. So I was happy at one moment, and the next moment I'm angry. So these are the states which you hold for a particular moment. So today, like when I'm speaking right now, I'm into that another state of mind, very focused state of mind, because I have to speak so many things which are in my head. So every teacher is in a very focused state of mind when he's in his class. Okay, so that is called a focused state of mind. Then we can have a relaxed state of mind. Then we can have an angry state of mind. We can have a positive state of mind, a negative state of mind. So these are the states of mind. The beauty is the psychologists have done a lot of research and proved that any person can change his state of mind by his will. But do you do that? Do you have the power to do that? Okay, I'll rephrase it. Do you have the learning to do that? Power is aside. Forget power. Learning. Do you know how to do it? How to change your states of mind? How to occupy a state of mind at a particular time? Normal people don't, including me. I would say I have 70% control, but not full 100%. So this is a very crucial point, but I practice it, and therefore I have achieved that 70% level right now, targeting of course 100% in time to come. So this is a very beautiful thing, and if you can learn this, so one was energy, this is the second point. If you can learn this, I'm telling you, it's my promise, heartfelt promise, your life will change forever. No matter what people are speaking against you, or throwing a lot of rubbish at you, you have the power to choose a positive state of mind. Don't let those people affect your state of mind. No matter what he says on that call, I'm not going to change my state of mind, because I am determined to keep a positive state of mind. I'll keep myself positive. Nothing will affect me. Do you want to learn that? To choose your states of mind, it will require a lot of practice. Yeah. And we'll do it in the full masterclass in detail. But here I'm going to give you a brief of how you will do it. Okay. So now focus on these three words. Very crucial. Very crucial. Okay. Feeling, thinking, and action. Now these three things determine our behavior, or you can say our state of mind, because behavior comes from a state of mind. So these three things determine the state at which I am, and then the output is the action which I will do. So I may use bad language, or I may use good language. Either or, whatever, positive, negative, or my actions will speak for themselves. So the point is that how you control all these three things: your feelings, your thinking is the cognition, how we decide things, how we think, and the action, of course. So three things are involved there. Okay. So action, cognition, and emotions are the three things which make up your behavior. And that's what we are going to learn to control each of these elements. So let's see how the learning happens. So learning, as I told you a little while ago, that we have inherited a lot of things in life. We have inherited a lot of things in life, and they are not just money, not just your family, but your genetics. Genetics is a very key player in determining who you are and what you are going to achieve in life. Yes, genetics plays the most important role. So 90% of what we have today, whether it's the body structure or the mental capacities or the knowledge or the memory itself, is all inherited through our genes. Genes that have developed over millions and millions of years. Not just my past parents and grandparents and great grandparents, no, not 3-4 generations, but thousands and millions of generations through which the genetics has passed and have come to be. Okay. Second is by environment. The environment in which you live is called as a nurture. So environment includes a lot of things. Environment includes the society around you. Environment includes your friends, your close people around you, your colleagues, your boss, everyone around you. And therefore you must have heard one point, that we are as good as 5 other people around us. We are an average of 5 people with whom we stay on a regular basis. Have you heard that anytime before? Type yes if you have. Type yes if you have heard this point, that you are as good as 5 other people around you. Yes, you have heard. So what does this mean? It has a simple meaning, right? So it means they influence you and you become like them. Means you are taking your states of mind from them. So if they're all talking negative, and when you are very positive, say for example, it's your birthday today, and you suddenly go with your friends out there, and they're sitting there waiting for you, and when you enter that room, you find that all of them are very negative. They were talking about something which has happened, something bad. Okay. And you can read their faces, everyone is in a very negative mood. What happens? Even you go into that negative mood. So you are very positive before entering that room, but as you go there and as you see those, faces all like this, somebody crying and somebody, whiling and all doing that, all negative faces, even you will go into that negative zone. Means you are taking the state of mind from them. And that's what happens. So we take our state of mind from 5 other people around us. These 5 people can be your colleagues in office. These 5 people can be your family members while you are at home. These 5 people can be your friends with whom you go out. These 5 people can be the players with whom you go and play out there. So choose these 5 people very carefully. This is the third learning you are going to take from today's session. One was energy. Second was state of mind. Choose your state. Third is this. Choose your 5 people very carefully. If you choose them right, then you will always stay in a good state of mind. Okay. So nurture is very important. So nature and nurture, these are the 2 ways in which our mind learns. So moving further in depth, there are 3 methods I'll tell you about learning. One is the classical conditioning. And there was a psychologist, even Pavlov, who developed it. And this is very crucial, very crucial for you. And therefore, I'm taking this in a little bit depth in today's session. This is called as classical conditioning. So what happens is that whatever our mind remembers, the memory that is formed is by attaching the information to something which is already in our memory. Remember this one. The new information is attached to or anchored with, I call it as anchoring, anchored with something which is already there in your mind. Okay, so let's take an example like given here, that if there is a food, delicious food placed in front of you, okay, and you have been seeing this food, your mom prepares it and she prepares it excellently. It's very delicious and it's your favorite food, okay. And today, as you are sleeping in the early morning, you get that smell. You get that smell from the kitchen. That smell enters your bedroom and you know, it enters your nose. And suddenly, wow, my favorite dish is being cooked today. You have got this feeling anytime? It happens? Yes, it happens. So what is happening here? Understand what is happening here? Your brain has already registered this smell. Smell is an input sense. We were talking about 5 senses. One of the senses, smell. So over the years, since your childhood or at a certain point of time, this smell has been registered in your head and it represents that food. The smell represents that food. So the food and smell have got anchored together. And what happens is the action. The action is your mouth salivates. You get hungry automatically. So see, 3 things are happening. There is a stimuli. So stimuli means the smell which is coming in. It reminds you of something which is already stored in your mind. The thinking process begins and an action follows, that is salivating or feeling hungry. So this anchoring happens and it has happened over the years. So anytime now you go to another city, another place and you get that smell, if you get that smell, you'll be reminded of your home, you'll be reminded of that food, you'll be reminded of your mom. All these things, all that memory will, you know, just wake up from your subconscious mind. So that is one learning which happens. So now how the learning? Now the food was there, smell is there. Now if we introduce another stimuli, like it happens in school, we get that bell. When the bell rings for the recess, we go and eat food. Okay. So the bell has nothing to do with eating or salivating, but food was creating that action of salivation and the bell used to ring at the same time. So what the mind does, it also remembers bell as one of the stimuli for salivating. So that is then called as the second level of conditioning, unconditioned stimuli. So bell was unconditioned, but now you are conditioning it. Now this is very crucial, especially for students who are going to learn things. So like what happens is that you have some kind of anchoring to do. Remember this, anchoring is very important, very crucial. So when you learn something new, anchor it with something which you already know. Do it. So create your anchors. Okay. Now a lot of people do a lot of things here. Some people who are good in drawing, what they do is that when they read a passage, they will make some kind of a drawing or something. Okay. And then the drawing, since they're good at drawing, they're drawing a specific drawing for a specific concept. You remember this drawing? So in the examination hall, when you recall this drawing, the image that you have drawn, the passage is also brought up from the memory. Interesting now? So you have to practice it. Okay. I'm not going to take much in detail right now in today's session, but yes, you can practice it and improve on that. So anchoring is a technique of remembering. You can anchor in a lot of ways. People remember names by anchoring them to some other memory. Like you meet a new person, his name is Akash. Okay. So when I hear him saying, my name is Akash, do I remember anything like Akash? Akash means sky. Akash means that Akash tutorial. Something comes in my mind, right? With the name Akash, some kind of memory automatically comes. So what I'll do is I'll immediately relate. So I'll see his face. Now he has told me that he's Akash. I'll immediately, okay, if suppose the first image that comes to my mind is of Akash, the sky. So I'll say, okay, he's looking like a sky. So my mental process will begin. I'll read his face and I'll attach his face with the image of sky. Okay. And then I'll learn about him, what business he does and all these things. And when I go back to office and my colleague says, okay, you met this person today, what's his name? I would forget his name as usual, but now I will recall that what was the image that I formed when I saw his face. So I'll say, okay, sky, okay, Akash. Yes, his name was Akash. So images can be used as anchors, because images are, the favorite thing for your mind. They are stored for a long period of time. You don't forget images. So use images as anchors and you can remember so many things. So because names are very forgetful. We can forget names. We can forget numbers. But if you anchor them with things which you already know, which you remember, which are your favorite things, then you will remember those things also. So that's called as further conditioning. And then what happens is that in future, that unconditioned also becomes conditioned, and therefore it will remind us of the same things. So that's what we want to achieve. So when you will hear the bell singing, you'll automatically feel like hungry. Because in school, this used to happen, that every single day, the recess used to happen, we used to have food, and the bell used to ring at the same time. So next time you go out there and the bell rings, you'll automatically get hungry. So that's one way of learning. The second way of learning is called as operant conditioning. That is reward and punishment. This is again a very crucial thing. Reward and punishment. This is how teachers used to teach us. Parents teach us in this way. They give us a reward. If you do this, you will get this. So we used to do that, which we didn't like, just because we used to get that, So this is the oldest method of learning, reward and punishment. So when the reward is there attached to doing something, the mind focuses on reward and it does it more. Okay. So this technique is to be used when you want to repeat things in life. If you want to repeat something and consistently over a period of time, then use this, the reward technique. And gymnasts do this. If you want to lose weight, and you have to lift all those weights up and down, and so much of effort is there. So keep reward. The reward that people keep is the things that they like to eat, because normally people who want to lose weight are kept on diet. Okay, but they crave for some things, that chocolate, that ice cream. So then you can put it as a reward. Okay, if I do this much exercise today, then I'll have an ice cream. So your mind works now. It will motivate you to do that exercise, to do treadmill for 1 hour, and you'll do it just because at the end of it, you are going to get one ice cream for yourself. So this is another method of learning. And the third one, all these we are going to discuss in very detail in the masterclass. Here I am giving you the concepts. Third thing is called as this social learning, and this is also very crucial. This is called as modeling or observation. Very crucial, observation. And this will actually help you a lot in your careers. So in office, in your business, you have to be observant. The more you are able to observe, as I told you in the beginning, if you can see things which others can't, you can achieve that which others can't. Such a simple rule. If you can see things which others don't, you can achieve what others can't. Simple rule. How do you see more things in a picture? By improving your observation. So when you talk with your boss, if you can observe him, that how he acts, how he does, what he tells his, business partners and clients and all, how he's doing his business, you can become a businessman like him. Next 6 months, you leave him, you go out, start your own business, and you can excel. And if your observation is weak, what you'll do, you'll just go sit down on your desk, do things which are given to you, get home, and your wife asks, or husband as the case may be, okay, what is your business? What does your boss do? I don't. I'm just an accountant. I just pass entries. Are you like that? Tell me, frankly. Are you like that? If you are, you have to do a lot of work. So observation is the key. When you are in any environment, you should be able to observe like hundreds of things out there. And that's how big businesses have come up. What is about startup? These days startups are becoming billionaires and unicorns and so on and so forth. How do they get those ideas? Because of observation. They observe things and they find that people need something. And when they find that people need something and which is not available to them today, they think more about it and they come up with ideas, which later on becomes startup businesses. Okay, that's very crucial. Now, in order to improve your observation, you have to focus on 4 things. Okay, this is the strategy now. First is attention. So give attention to a lot of things. Give attention to everything around you. Number 2 is retention. Once you get the attention, what happens is that more input goes into your mind. Now that has to be anchored and remembered. So retention is there. Then there has to be a motivation. Unless you have motivation, you will never be able to do attention and retention. So motivation is the force. So if I want to start my own business, then only I will look at my boss in that way. So motivation is the key. So you have to have that motivation. Motivation comes from goals. So if you have a goal, the goal will motivate you. Motivation will improve your attention and retention and observation. So it's all linked. Okay, great. And reproduction. Reproduction means after I've achieved that knowledge, after I have retained it, analyzed it, now I have to act upon it. If I don't act, I will never improve. By reading 1,000 books about cricket, I will not become a player. In order to become a player, I have to go out and play. I have to act. Okay, so 4 things are very crucial. So this I already covered, so I'll skip this slide. Your average of 5 people. Then coming to more depths of your mind. So what we have studied up till now is how the mind works, how it learns. Now going a step further, your mind is basically of 3 levels, broadly 2 levels, the conscious and subconscious. But if you go in deep, then you can divide it in 3, as Simon Freud has done it. He was a famous psychologist. Conscious means what we are working with today. I'm speaking, you are listening to me, is through your conscious mind. The 5 senses which give us the information, that information goes in our conscious mind. Okay. Then there is preconscious. Preconscious means which is neither in the awareness state nor in the sleeping state. It is a sub-awareness, just below the conscious, which can be activated at any point of time. So I usually explain this with a very simple example which people understand, of a computer. In your computer, you have a RAM, the random access memory. That's your conscious mind, which is working while we are doing a lot of things on your computer. All the memory is there in your RAM, right? Or in your mobile phone. Then you have got cache memory, which is actually in your hard disk, but which is easily available to the RAM. So that is the preconscious. And then there is unconscious. Unconscious means your hard disk, where you store all the information at the end of the processing. So after the processing is done, the memory is dumped into your unconscious mind, right? Or in the hard disk of your computer. So remember this analogy and you'll easily remember the concept of mind. The RAM, conscious mind, the cache memory, and the subconscious, which is the hard disk. And usually it happens that after a few years, we find that the hard disk is full. Of course, the human power is unimaginable. Your subconscious mind never gets full. That's the beauty of it. But as it happens in computer, we find that a lot of garbage is stored in our hard disk over the years, which we don't need. Right? It happens. A lot of garbage gets dumped in our hard disks. I mean, the computer's hard disk. And then what we do, we recycle it. We throw it out in the recycle bin and then delete those things permanently, right? Do we do it? Yes. Same thing you have to do with your conscious and subconscious mind as well. So our subconscious mind is filled with a lot of dirt over the years. Which dirt, by dirt I mean all the negative things which are affecting you, which are affecting your speed of your computer, which are affecting the performance of your computer, which are affecting the energy of your computer. We have to time and again keep deleting those rubbish, the negative mindset. Okay, keep in mind, this is very important. Then okay, so that's what I'm talking about, reprogramming. So every few days, I would say, or you should make it a permanent thing. How to make it? Okay, I'll first start with deleting. Then I'll come to the point where you don't let enter in the first place. Okay, so every few days what you do is sit in a quiet place, understand your, go deep inside your mind and see what all negative things are stored there. All the negative memories which don't have anything to do right now. Okay, what has happened in past is past. Some friend told you something. What's there in the present? Is he affecting you? Is he doing anything good for you today? No. So why store it? Why store all that rubbish? Okay, which affects us? Because remember, all the negative emotions that are built up in your mind since, childhood or maybe beyond that, inherited, they are affecting your performance right now. They are stopping you from getting successful. They are stopping you from getting happy. Because they have become anchors as well. Remember this, they have become anchors. So whenever you feel something like that today, you experience something, immediately that anchor, spikes and gives you a lot of those negative emotions and energy. So somebody used to, your old boss, for 6 years, he used to scold you a lot and used to talk in his top of his voice. So now you are out there with your friends and somebody speaks in a loud voice, you get the same emotions. You just feel for that moment that your boss has come back and he's speaking. So he's a good friend of yours. But because of this, all the false emotions that have erupted, your relationship with your friend is affected. So you have to remove your dustbin. Okay. So cleaning is very important. And how to clean? So in the masterclass, I'll teach you through meditation, through mindfulness meditation and affirmations, we'll clean the negative emotions and negative mindsets. We'll release all that thing, all the dirt. We'll remove or clear the recycle bin. So that you have to do. So that's called as reprogramming. Okay, and then refill it with empowering beliefs, not the negative ones. So remove the negative, remove the anchors, remove the triggers, the negative triggers, and replace them with positive triggers. Then of course the 5 senses we'll talk about in detail. So I've already given you an overview today. And train the senses. That's the important thing which we are going to do in the full masterclass. We'll develop focus. I'll tell you how to do that. The tunnel vision. Tunnel vision means where everything else is blinded. You become blind to everything else. You are so focused on one thing, one sense, that everything else gets blinded. And that happens with you. It's not something that I'm going to teach you. It happens. I'm going to make you aware, and then you have to practice on it to make it your command, to get it under your control. But this is happening even today with you. Say for example, I'll give you an example. when you sit in a restaurant and you have ordered your favorite dish, okay, and the dish has come on your table, suddenly what happens? That everything else gets blinded out. Now your friend is speaking something, you don't hear him. Anyone, you don't hear anything, you don't feel anything, you don't do anything, you just focus on that. Your sight is so focused on that food that everything else, all your other senses get blinded. Even if somebody is shouting at you, you will not hear that person. You're just looking at this food. Yeah, it happens. So that's called as tunnel vision. Now, we are naturally doing it. What we have to do now is get control over it. So at my disposal, I can go into focused mode at any point of time on anything of my choice, either listening to music or looking at something, reading something, eating something. Okay, if I get control, it's wonderful thing. Then another thing, I'll give you an exercise. Write a daily sense journal. So what you do is every day focus on one sense for 5 to 10 minutes. So while eating, just focus on taste. Close your eyes, take one bite, just rotate it on your tongue and try to identify the maximum ingredients in that one spoon. Okay, in that one bite. What are the ingredients? What is the taste? Is it bitter? Is it sour? Is it sweet? Is it like this? Is it like this? What is the ingredient which I'm tasting right now? Just focus on all those things. Forget every other thing. Just focus. So while eating, just focus on your taste buds. While looking at the television, just focus on the television or the computer screen, as the case. While hearing to music, close your eyes, close every other thing, just listen to music, focus on it. What are the different tones that you are hearing, the pitch of the song, who's the singer, everything about the sound. Just focus on the sound. Then focus on your feelings. So sit quietly in meditative state and just let the air touch your skin, and just feel that air. Is it cold? Is it hot? Is it warm? Is it humid? Just focus on the touch of the air on the skin. So pick up any one sense, give command to your subconscious mind that I'm focusing on this sense, then sit down quietly and just focus on that for 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, 5 senses, 25 minutes. Do it every day and you'll see the benefits after, say, 15 days. And another thing is visualization. So this is another technique that I'm going to teach you there. Visualization. So visualization and affirmations are very important. Affirmation is saying something regularly, consistently. So when you say something with purpose to your subconscious mind, affirmation is consciously we are putting some information in our subconscious mind. That's how we are going to remove those negative anchors and everything that we don't want and build the positive side. Okay, so as I told you in the beginning, we are going to change our mindset, and there are two ways of doing it. There are many ways. Two ways are very important: affirmations and visualization technique. So affirmation is consciously speaking to your own subconscious mind. I am. And in affirmation, when you say, you don't say I want this. Don't ask. You push it. This is it. I am successful. I will be successful is a bad, this is not an affirmation. Affirmation is something which is happening right now or has already happened. Okay, just give your subconscious mind things which are happening. I am well, I am good, I am not having headache. Don't say I am not having headache, it means you are having headache. Say I am feeling good. So even if you are having a headache, close your eyes and speak to your subconscious mind 15 times. I am feeling good. I am feeling excellent. I am feeling good. I am feeling good. And feel it. Feeling is very important. When you say this, you have to feel that goodness and your mind will be good. You will get relief from your headache. It happens. The belief is important, and the intensity at which you believe is very important. Similarly, visualization. In visualization, what happens is mental imagery, illusion. Create an illusion in your mind. So success illusion. What is success illusion? Feel and see yourself successful. So see yourself achieving those goals. Sportsmen do this. All the sports stars, whether it's a cricketer or a sprint runner or a swimmer or javelin thrower, before going out there on the field, they will sit down and they will visualize themselves playing the game. They will visualize completely, okay, with full intensity. And what it does is it creates an image in your subconscious mind that you are successful. I'm on that gold medal, I mean to say the Olympic podium, receiving gold medal today. So I'll see this, I'll see this, I'll see this 1,000 times. What the mind will do? It will not get gold for me. It will create that capacity in me to bring the gold medal. That's important. That's law of attraction. Okay. So visualization is equally important. Then lot of theory class going on. Let's do some exercise. Okay. So we'll do memory exercises. Okay. So this again to improve your, and this you can do at home anytime. As I was telling you, sense, how to improve your senses. So see a random picture for 1 minute, like open a picture on your computer screen, any image it can be, your own image of the past, or you had gone to some mountains or something, and you can see a good image which has a lot of things into it. Okay, see it for 1 minute, then blank out, cover that picture, means change the screen, and write down what all things you have seen in that picture. Try to identify the maximum things. It will make you Sherlock Holmes one day. Okay, so this is exercise 1. Then exercise 2 is a step further. So now that you have seen that image and you have written down the maximum things in the first exercise, now in the second level you can write about the colors. What colors did you see? What was the texture, the objects, where you think the picture is taken, who is in the picture, who are the people, identify the people, size, what is the size of the picture and the size of those things in the picture, and what was the lighting or the shading, was it taken at the in the afternoon or in the early morning or at the time of sunset. Go in detail. This will improve your observation skills. And a third thing you can do is that when you go out walking or somewhere, maybe to a shopping complex, so example is about the shopping mall, but you can as well go to in a garden, you can drive. So everyone drives to the office or to college every day. So while driving we can do this exercise. Try to identify maximum the number of white cars today. So I'll set a target that today while driving I take 20 minutes to come to my office. So I'll observe and identify white cars, just white cars. So today I'll do white cars, next day I'll do blue cars, next day I'll do all the motorcycles, next day I'll do all the shops on the way. How many shops can I count? Then I'll do all. So we see so many things. So fix, or in this example you go to a shopping mall, see a window, look at it in the brief, then go back and write down what you saw. Now I'll give you a trick for doing this. Okay, so if it's a fixed thing that you're observing, how you'll remember the things? So divide this whole picture into rows and columns. So you'll get small matrix. Then remember what was there in the, like if you're dividing it into say 3 by 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this is my vision. So what is in this first box? What is in the second box? What is in the third box? So write like that. You remember things. If you try to remember everything, you will not be able to. So remember box by box, and you will remember a lot of things. And do this practice. And if you're a student, do this while studying. So see the whole page. So this is called as the image memory. Okay. Right now you try to remember the words. Now you try to remember the image. Capture the whole image and your memory will become sharp. Then let's see a few other things today. So one thing we are going to talk about is fear. This is a very important concept, and you can do it the same way for fear, anxiousness, all the negative emotions that are there, all the negative emotions which are there in us. Okay. So first we understand that, are they necessary? Is fear necessary? Answer is yes. Fear has a very important role in our lives. Basically, where does fear come from? Fear is a very, you can say, high energy or high resonating behavior. Okay, we are resonating at a very high frequency at that point of time when we are in fear. So the basic purpose of fear is protection. The basic purpose of fear is to protect you from a harm that may be caused. So there is a potential harm out there, and our mind recognizes that, and therefore it instills fear. Fear is a emotion, okay, which is generated when your mind feels that this person, means myself, is susceptible to some kind of a harmful environment. Like for example, darkness. So when there's a darkness, everyone gets fear, because there may be some potential harm which we are not able to see. So when the mind is not able to see things, then it goes into that fear mode. It goes into the mode that I want to protect this person, to freeze him right now at this place. Don't let him move, because who knows, the next step can be anything. Can be a manhole and you can fall there. Anything can happen. You may lose your life. So fear is basically to protect you. But what happens is that sometimes the fear goes extra mile. So nothing harmful is there, but still my mind is creating that fear because it thinks that there is some harm out there. So what we have to do is control our mind at that point of time. To control it, that there is no fear. So you have to console your subconscious mind that, look, everything is safe. Don't be fearful. And you can do this by doing some exercises, basically. But before going there, there is another slide. So I'll not go into detail in this slide. But yes, these are the 10 fears that hold people back in life. So these are the harmful fears which you have to conquer. One is the fear of change, loneliness. I'll become very lonely in life. Failure, fear of failure, and therefore you don't go to the examination hall. Rejection, therefore you don't propose people. Uncertainty, something bad happening, getting hurt. Being judged is a big fear. Inadequacy, being judged is the most crucial fear. If you want success in life, you have to remove this. Being judged. What people will say if I lose money in my business? What will be my reputation? What will happen? People will say like this, people will say like that. So, and that's why you don't do it. You don't take risks in life and you don't get success. Loss of freedom. So all these are bad ones. You have to remove them. Now, how will you do that? Number one, acknowledge your fears. That yes, there is a fear. I acknowledge it. I accept it. Analyze whether it is good or bad. So sometimes the fears are good. Like if you are a girl and in the night at say 10 or 11 and there is darkness out there and your mind is saying, don't go there. Please listen to it. Listen to it. Don't go there. So it's a good fear because there's a danger. Something can happen. So when the fears are real, you have to accept them and learn from them. But if it is bad, nothing is going to happen. It's all good, safe out there. Then, of course, you have to, then what you do is identify whether it's affecting your progress in life. If yes, then what is the root cause of that fear and what is triggering it? So the root cause and trigger, these are the two important things. The root causes of, say, for example, darkness. The root cause is the genetics. We have been living in forests and, dangerous places for millions of years. It's only the last 300, 400 years that we have civilized, and we are having cities and all. Though we don't have very civilized people in the city as well these days. A lot of wrong things happen. Okay. And because of all that, the mind is throwing up that fear. It is throwing up that emotion, because it has this information stored for millions of years, that if there is darkness, there is a chance of, anything happening, bad happening. So therefore it is throwing up that emotion. The trigger is the darkness. The darkness is the trigger. This memory is the root cause, which is evoking fear. So once you understand this, then you will be able to analyze whether I should accept it or whether I should reject it. So if you have to reject it, then what you do is face it head on. For immediate relief, you can take deep breathing and relax yourself, relax that energy which is coming up. You can relax that, exercise. Okay. And the long-term relief would be the meditation and anchor reframing. So that anchor, the darkness and the old memory of harm, these are anchored. So we have to change that anchor. That darkness is good. I have to tell my subconscious mind, darkness is good, nothing happens. I have to reframe old memory. And of course, if it's too big for you to handle, go for counseling. Okay, then the last exercise for today's session is confidence. Now, we have removed the fears and anxieties. Now the point is how to improve the confidence. Okay. So confidence is the secret of success. Confidence sells. This is my favorite stanza. Confidence sells more than anything else in life. And I've practiced it over time. I practiced it and I've seen it happening in real terms. When you speak things with confidence, people will accept it. If you speak the same things with self-doubt, nobody is going to buy your words. So if I say, look, I think I can make you guys successful in life, I think probably if some things happen, so I will give you some formulas, and if you guys do it, there is a possibility, there is a chance that, okay, you guys can become successful. Now, if I speak like this, will you buy my words? Will you even sit for 2 hours? Of course not. So I am telling you that these are the formulas. I have done it. I have seen success. You guys will do it and you will see success. This is not just me. This is not just you. Hundreds of people, hundreds of psychologists, hundreds of successful people have done this same thing and they have achieved success. This is a proven trick and proven formulas. Go for it. See the difference in the confidence level? Now, if I speak with this confidence, you will buy this. Because it's proven. It's proven. If you want success, go for it. If you don't want, it's your choice. So that's how confidence matters. So these are just a few questions that we are going to take here to see whether you are confident in your life or not, or how much is your level of confidence. So there's one question: which thoughts or actions do you recognize in yourself? Okay, be very truthful. Doing what you believe to be right, even if others mock or criticize you for it. Are you like this? Or governing your behavior based on what other people think. You always take actions depending on how others will feel about it. So which category do you belong? The first or the second? Write in the chat box. Second. And be very truthful. Now, of course, you will be doing both the things, but I'm talking about generally. Generally, you are governed by the second one. Yes, Pravesh, I'll answer your question. Right, so we normally take the second way, means we are low in confidence. You are having a lot of self doubts. You have to come out of it, and it's a choice. It's a choice. So you choose to be yourself. I will do my things no matter. Now that doesn't mean you have to be rebellious for everything. See the plus and the minus before you take any action. See the positives and the negatives. See the repercussions that it is going to have. So I'm not going to tell you that be rebellious with your parents and do this and do that. No. Identify the benefits and the sacrifices that you'll have to make. Take a concrete decision and then stick to it. Before taking decision, you analyze everything, but then take the decision which you feel is right for you, and then don't go back on it that what others are going to say. No. Another question: being willing to take risks and go the extra mile to achieve better things. Are you that risk taking guy, or staying in your comfort zone, fearing failure and avoiding risk? Which one are you? First one, very good. So in order to achieve success, the first thing you have to do is come out of your comfort zones. Comfort zones can never bring you success. You will never achieve anything more if you stay in your comfort zone. Okay, if you don't go out of your room, how will you get out there in the world? It's so simple. And third and the last question: admitting your mistakes and learning from them. Do you admit your mistakes and learn, or working hard to cover up mistakes and hoping that you can fix the problem before anyone notices? This is what normally students do. They don't accept it. They know it's their mistake, but we'll correct this before the next attempt. Yeah. So if you are of the second type, you are in the negative zone. You are in the self-doubt zone and not in the confidence zone. Confident people accept the mistakes and improve it right at that point of time. So those were the topics for today. A lot of mindset and habit changing topics. So go out there, make yourself confident, remove all the self-doubts, remove the bad fears and anxiety and tension and stress, and become more confident. Set your goals, smart goals, not any type of goal, very smart goals, realistic and specific, measurable, timely, and go for it. Okay, and while you do all these things, remember two very important things. Number one, the state of mind is in your control. So you can choose which state of mind you want to be in. If you want to be happy, you will be happy. You have to be happy. Okay, you have to be smiling. You have to focus on your energy level. Always resonate at the top of your energy. Feel, spatial. Love yourself. No matter what others are saying, you have to love yourself. You have to be at the top of your game. Okay, go out and play your game. Never be afraid of doing things. Take risks. Lot of things I'm saying, right? But you have to do. So it's all the same thing. It comes in a loop. If you go in that zone, then everything will start becoming, positive, and you will get passion in life. And with that passion, go for your dreams and you'll be successful. Okay, have a positive mindset, have a positive frame, and never believe in negative things. Change all the negatives in yourself. Fail as fast as possible. Don't be afraid of failing. Fail as much and as fast as possible, but learn from those failures and improve yourself. So don't be overconfident. A lot of students fail because they are overconfident. Because when you become overconfident, you stop realizing your mistakes. And if you don't realize your mistakes, you will never improve them. You will get the same results every time. So Pravesh, your question was how to clear in CA final if you're stuck. So see, it's simple thing. I have already given you a lot of answers if you can relate them to your situation. And one answer is this: identify your mistakes. Number one. The first thing is, if you're not clearing, means you are doing some mistakes. So failure is not, don't focus on failure. Focus on why you got less marks. What caused you to lose marks? That's a better way of questioning. What caused you to lose marks? You may be answering in a wrong manner. So there are a lot of nitty-gritties behind it. Then the whole science comes. So it can be a problem of knowledge. It can be a problem of retention. It can be a problem of understanding. It can be a problem of reproduction in the examination hall. So there are so many things which happen, right? From reading to understanding to remembering to reproducing. Okay. So where are you faulting? Where is your fault line? Identify it. Identify your key problem. Then improve it. Practice it, improve it, and you'll get good marks. Okay. So that's the secret of doing it. I'm giving you the formula because I don't know where your problem lies, but I'm giving you this formula. In order to clear exam, you have to go through these steps. If your reading is a problem, or your understanding is a problem, your problem can be retention, or your problem can be writing out the answer sheet. Find your problem, or there can be multiple problems. Find them, identify them, and then improve each one of them, and you'll get good marks. Right? Any other question you guys have? Any other personal problem where you're stuck right now? Parents are saying first clear it. When I was not clearing my CA attempts, my CA examinations, my father once told me that, Farooq, it's time that you leave CA now. So I said, okay, so then what? So he said that, okay, we'll start some kind of a business for you, maybe some small shop or something. Then I said, hey, I'm going to sit in that shop, selling kirana goods or something like, chai pani. And then it struck me. I said, no, man, I'm not made for this. I cannot get into that. I cannot be stuck there. I have my dreams. So then I realized that, no, guy, I have to pass. There's no other way out. And then that whole mindset changed. Then everything fall in place. When you get the mindset right, things fall in place. And then I started, focusing on studies for the first time. And I cleared all my exams after that in one single attempt. So you need to have that, that key which shifts your mindset. That's very crucial. Find that key. So it's not that parents are saying something, so you'll do that. No. Thanks, Anjum. And wish you all the best. And Pravesh as well. So Pravesh, you can, I'll send you my, this thing. Number we can talk. Is it important always to have a backup plan? Yes, absolutely. Backup plan is very important, which we call as plan B. It's not like you are resigning from plan A. You don't. But that comes in strategy part. So I'll discuss that in the next session. Okay. How to have a backup plan. That comes in strategy module. So I'll discuss in more detail there next Saturday. Okay, guys. So I had a lot of fun today. And I always have fun talking about mindset. Hope you guys have got some good lessons today and some very important tips. Important part is not being inspired today. Important part is now converting that inspiration into action. And you'll get the results only if you convert this inspiration into action. Okay, so do these exercises. And if possible, if you have time, then do join the masterclass as well. Because in that detailed masterclass, we take 30 hours session every day. and then a lot of exercises I give, and then at the end I'm going to now take exercises from them, and we'll have more interactive sessions. So they are very in-depth and very interactive sessions, and that will help you a lot. I say this because you will not find such a course being made by any other person in the world. There are a lot of motivational speakers, but motivation, it only helps you to some extent. It only, it elevates your energy. What is motivation? It elevates your energy by, say, 10%, 20%, 30%, but for some time. Inspiration is one step ahead of that. It gives you an inspiration, it inspires you, it shows you a path. But then what? You are held up in that path. What is the next step? What next step should I take? So in this masterclass, I have designed it in such a way that it's a complete product. It's end to end. So I'll not only give you the formulas, but I also give you the way of implementing that formula, the Excel sheets and all that I'll share, which you'll have to fill up, analyze yourself, understand yourself. So we'll work together. It's about an internal thing. You'll have to take out everything. You have to, apply your mind. So it's not just I'm going to teach you something, not like that. I'll inspire you to do things, and then you'll do it, and we'll analyze it and take it forward from there. So it's a complete solution in this masterclass. So I'll talk about the mindset, which I give you in brief today. Then we'll be discussing a lot of strategies. We'll be discussing a lot of success formulas and personal branding stuff. So you'll come out as a full product, a successful product for that matter. Okay. So think about joining the masterclass. If you have time, then just 30 minutes is needed every single day. And within a month's time, you will feel huge amount of difference in your life. So, okay, guys, see you all now in the next session at 12 p.m. So we'll have 2-hour session next Saturday as well on strategies. Thanks all of you.